Well, I actually was going to make this next fact my fifth fact, but I'm going to squeeze it in as my fourth because women deserving credit. Go girl power. August, the month of the Women's Month. One woman who couldn't be ignored because she was so awesome, Marie Curie, Nobel Prize winner twice.
I think you got to say it with a French accent, though.
Marie Curie.
Marie Curie.
Wow.
There's too many R's.
There's a little thing. So she discovered a few things. She came up with the word, she coined the phrase radioactive. So that band that's got that song, Radioactive, Dietz will know. What's that band's name? They toured, yeah? They sing that song, Sex is on Fire.
Kings of Leon.
Is it?
Well, Sex is on Fire is Kings of Leon.
Then Imagine Dragons. Who sings
Imagine Dragons?
Do you know?
These are very different.
Is it Imagine Dragons song?
Oh, Radioactive. Yes.
Yeah, so they have Marie Curie to thank because she...
No, hang on. Right. I wish to sit back just for a minute.
She coined that
and just enjoy your diving into the whole Sex on Fire, Kings of Leon versus Imagine Dragons debacle. Let's just enjoy that terrible era and hope that Dietz deducts a point for that because I'm making a deal out of it.
Are you precious about that? Do you like Sex is on Fire?
I'm only precious about facts on this show because they may win me points, and that's all I really care about is the point system.
I've never been a fan of. I like some of Imagine Dragons songs, but I've never been a big fan of Kings of Leon. But they've got massive fans out there.
Yeah.
So
you know what I like about Imagine
I'd like to say I think they sound a little similar.
No, don't make me punch you. Do you know what I like about Imagine Dragons? This is a group of teenage boys who, instead of imagining what most boys were imagining at that age, were imagining dragons.
Oh.
Yeah, otherwise the band would have been called Imagine Large Tits. They'd just been ordinary boys, you know?
I like that song of theirs, Demons. Have you heard it? It's where my demons hide. Not like demons. Mm-hmm. My demons, my inner struggle demons.
Yeah, no, there's nothing quite as angst-ridden as a teenage boy. I can tell you, no one bears the weight of the world quite like a 15-year-old boy. 15-year-old boys jump in the comments. Let me know how much you hate me.
So, Marie Curie, yes, radioactive, and then of course she died of a terrible thing. It was called aplastic anemia. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
I think you have, yeah.
And it's because of her exposure to all sorts of shit. But, she had she'd carry things, radioactive things like, I don't know if it was uranium or things like that, but in her pockets and keep them in her top drawer. And she'd show her kids, look, when you switch the lights off, it lets off a little glow. Isn't that cute? And there was no protective clothing or anything like that. And that's very sad. Idea. Very sad.
Yeah, but so that first Nobel Prize of hers, she won alongside her husband,
Pierre,
who clearly was the only man capable of giving credit to a woman in the history of the Nobel Prize. But yeah, he landed up getting hit. I think he got hit by a tram.
A bloody accident.
He was trying to
Paris.
cross or a wagon or a road. Yeah, he got hit by something and he got run over. And then she wound up winning a second Nobel Prize. This is what makes her really special. She wound up winning a second Nobel Prize.
Yes,
I think
she did.
without him. Yeah.
Well, what's amazing is, I do like the periodic table of elements. I do like it. And what I like about it...
I tell you, you know what I love a bit of in the morning? I love a bit of periodic table of the elements.
Was it Mendel or Medvedev, the dude who put things in order based on their atomic number? But he predicted that there'd be 144 of these things, which is it's a very dimensions of heaven in the book of Revelations. Anyway, no, don't go there.
Well, it's 12 times 12, which is what we study in grade 1. Oh my God, mind blown.
Yeah, exactly.
You go all the way up to the 12 time table. Why? So you can reach the squad number.
Yeah, and so, but of course they hadn't discovered all of them, but the prediction was that there'd be 144, which is pretty cool. So that's what I like about the periodic table.
But they found a lot more than.
Oh, they have
found
many all
more,
of them now. Yeah. But I mean, when he had the table, he predicted there'd be so many. That only had half the table when he was around.
And she's got the separate section that she came along and created. Yeah.
Yes, and so that's pretty cool. So she discovered two, and they were radioactive, and she isolated them very cleverly with her husband. And so the one was called radium, which just came from the radioactive part. But because these things emit different sort of lights, the other one she discovered was called polonium, and it was named after
obviously like pink polony.
Yeah,
Like
it was a
we
pink.
don't know.
It is. It was a pink hue, and it looked like polony, and so she named it after.
That's
polony.
not why it was called polonium, but
That's my fact.
It is called polonium,
Yeah, it is
but
called
that's not
polonium.
why it's called
polonium. Polony.
It's not
It's a
named-
pinkish radioactive hue. It is. Have more. I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes
You're
doing this
laughing at
podcast-
my facts. They're very.
Ryan, sometimes doing the podcast with you can sometimes make me angry. And I've realized that anger is so much nicer than exasperation. Like what I'm experiencing right now, like polonium was named after polony. Like if you go to Gatsby, like store in Cape Town, and you order
Polony. Yeah. So no, polonium was named after polony. Yeah. Polony's been around a long time.
I have a lot of rage inside of me, Ryan, like a lot of rage, and it's close to coming out. It's not named because it's a pink hue and after polonium. That's not true. You're
saying my fact's not
I'm
true.
saying it is called polonium. I'm
Yeah,
saying it's not
but it's
named
named
after
after-
fucking polony. It's like, you fucking lunatic. The fact that you come here and be like, you know what he's gonna fall for? You know what he's gonna fall for? Warren's a moron.
Have more of that.
Yeah.
Have another one.
Maybe by this stage of the podcast, Warren will have 8 beers and he'll and somebody will have given him a frontal lobotomy, and also like a part of the roof will have fallen and caved in his skull, and he'll be a twitching corpse, incapable of functional thought, and he'll believe that polonium was named after polony. Fuck you, Ryan.
And so your final answer is?
No, it's not named after fucking polony.
So then what else could it possibly be named after?
Well, yeah, what else? Like literally anything else. I don't know what polony breaks down. I don't know what the Latin phrase breaks down to, but
Well, you won't believe it.
I swear, if you tell me it's named after Polony, I'm gonna go kill myself.
So you said say her name in a French accent, and I could have, but she was not French. Did you know? She was Polish. Polish.
So it's named after Poland.
Poland, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
See, that turned out to be a good fact after all, Ryan.
Yes,
You see,
yes.
even though you exasperate me, that's genius. I've
And-
learned something.
But I do want to say French because we had a sex episode the other day, and I think a fetish of probably a lot of women is to say things in a French accent, or no, French words, because French government ministries have got long ass French names. So her body was exhumed, and they determined that it wasn't exposed to that much radiation. It was maybe when she was doing X-rays in World War One, and so they didn't think she died from the exposure to the stuff that was in her pocket and in her top drawer that was glowing, you know, when you switch the lights off. But they said the X-ray thing in World War One. But she was exhumed by the I'll tell you now. Office de protection contre les rayonnements ionisants.
I think you were doing really well until Inizwane, which
No,
sounded
that's
like somebody,
Zulu.
Yeah,
Swahili.
someone from KwaZulu Natal. Yeah.
Office de protection contre les rayonnements ionisants. Yeah, so that is the Office for Protection Against Ionizing Radiation. So if you have a girl who's got a fetish for, say, French things,
Yeah,
to
you
me,
just got to learn all the
go
names of all
Office
their
de
organizations.
My darling, Office de Protection contre les rayonnements ionisants. That's not Swahili, darling. French. Sorry. Ionisants. And then there's the, you can even throw in Institut National de Statistique et d'Études Économiques. That's the National Institute of Statistics and Economic Studies.
I love
think
that
it's
you.
a
I love that
fetish.
you probably spent 30 minutes looking for the longest French. And then look,
So-
I can tell you that the typing the phrase "longest French anything" into the internet is a very dangerous proposition. So I admire what you did there, Ryan. I admire what you did.
So that was Marie Curie, a
So
Polish.
my-